بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد خير المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Thank you for your patience. May God bless Brother Rai and Sister Rasha who have set us up here for a live broadcast on very short notice. We really appreciate it. The MIA board of directors and the staff have been meeting extensively all this week, and I think 5-6 hours of meeting continuously sometimes over the past few days, and we've just been trying to do the best for the community. Before I give you an update, I would like to Dr. Sheikh Mohammed Iqbal, who has been advising us in his capacity as a respiratory specialist on this issue, as well as other physicians, just to give us a bit of an explanation of what we're dealing with here in terms of COVID-19. Then inshallah we'll go through the measures that we're taking here in terms of how the MIA functions and how the community inshallah can come together to support one another. Dr. Sheikh, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's been, these are extraordinary times. I've made two of the most painful decisions in my life recently. One of them is to shave my beard. This is for mask testing, mask fitting. The other one is stopping coming to the masjid. The reason for this is that this virus, which is now declared by the WHO as a pandemic, is a virus that is totally new to the humans. We have not been exposed to this particular virus, and the trends are really not good. Although, alhamdulillah, majority of the patients who will acquire this virus will be fine. There will be, and by the time it's through to us, about 80% of us will get the infection, and about 80% of us will be fine. The people who are going to be affected are going to be the elderly, are going to be people with heart disease, with diabetes, with high blood pressure, and those kind of diseases, or lung problems which are pre-existing. So, alhamdulillah, children seem to be spared from what the data that is available. The reason why I am advocating, and there are a lot of people like me who are advocating social distancing, is because we want to prevent an early peak of this illness in the community here. What does it mean? So let's say if there's a lot of cases that happen right at the beginning now, for example, now already our hospitals are filled with patients with flu who are really ill, and our intensive cares are almost full. And if we have this COVID-19 outbreak with a lot of patients coming in at the same time, a significant portion who would end up in the emergency and in the intensive care, there will not be enough people to intubate, that is to put a tube down to help with the breathing. There will not be enough equipment to help with the breathing. So what this might lead to is that the patients will not die because of the disease, but because of our inability to treat them. So what you all can do, it's a social moral responsibility for us that we have to really make these painful decisions about not gathering. I know the provincial government has issued a number of 250, but I think that's probably a number just plucked out of the air. And I think the more social distancing that we do, the better it is going to be for the community. I think it has to be not just a Muslim community, but also the rest of the communities, the Christians, anybody who has a community gathering should avoid doing it and be socially distancing. We should follow the cleaning our hands thoroughly for 20 seconds with soap and water, and try and be away from people of a distance of at least a meter and a half or 2 meters. And then I would probably tell the MIA that we should stop praying congregation prayers in the masjid as well. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah keep us safe.
So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This week we took a very difficult decision to cancel Jum'ah prayer. Well, the decision was difficult It was not rushed, and it was taken after extensive consultation with medical and religious scholars, and after the provincial government recommended that large gatherings be cancelled. We want to thank Dr. Nazar Khan, Dr. Sheikh Mohammed Iqbal, Dr. Susiguni, Sheikh Ismail Mukhtar, Sheikh Ammar Khatib, and Sheikh Muhyiddin Omar for being an amazing resource for us here in the administration, advising us over the past week and beyond. We also followed announcements by the Canadian Muslim Medical Association, the Canadian Council of Imams, the European Fiqh Council, the Assembly of Muslim Jurists of America, and other international scholarly bodies who clearly expressed the permissibility and even the obligation to suspend prayers in mosques to reduce harm and the potential spread of the COVID-19 virus. Our community is vulnerable in several ways. International travel is very common in our community. We have many children coming through the mosques and center, and we worship standing close to each other, and we bow and prostrate on the carpet. The masjid attracts a wide spectrum of ages, from the very elderly to families with newborn babies. We have a variety of cultural outlooks on life and illness, which makes it very even more challenging to get conformity and compliance in terms of best health practices. And the argument of gatherings of no more than 250 people simply does not apply in our context. So, out of abundance of caution and out of concern for the well-being of the public and our own here employees in the masjid, and to do our part to flatten the curve and stop the spread of disease, the MIA facilities and the masjids will be completely closed down as of 10 p.m. tonight. So the Isha prayer will be prayed inshallah, and then after that the masjids will be closed. This closure is temporary. We will inshallah continue to monitor the situation and open as soon as the circumstances allow. I want to remind you, this is not a decision that's taken in haste or easily, but Allah says, فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُمْ. Show your taqwa to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in as much as you can. And Abdullah ibn Abbas once called the mu'adhin on a day where there was a lot of rain. He told them to say to the people, صَلُّوا فِي بِيُوتِكُمْ, to pray at home. This was for rain, not for a virus. Prophet ﷺ said, جَعَلَتْ لِيَ الْأَرْضُ مَسْجِدًا. The whole earth has been made as a mosque for me. So while the masjid's doors will be closed temporarily, inshallah, we hope, let's remember that God's doors and gates on His mercy and love always remain with us. A few things. I'd like to remind the community to follow the advice of public health officials and medical experts, and not to spread rumors and false news. We cannot predict what the future days and weeks will bring, but we ask that anybody who is in need of help, especially the retirees and the elderly, to reach out to us and let us know if they have any needs. There will be a simple request help form on the MIA's website, and they can also call us at 204-256-1347, 204-256-1347. That's the masjid office number, and the office will remain open, inshallah. We have already compiled a partial list of seniors in the community, and we will continue to mobilize staff and volunteers to check on them regularly, because for them, isolation might be very, very challenging, and they just may need someone to talk to. Second, let us know if you can volunteer to help others. You can email, call, or submit a volunteer form through the website. We also have created the WhatsApp group for the only purpose to be used to mobilize volunteers when we receive a request for help. Things could be as simple as someone who's elderly and by themselves needs someone to pick up groceries for them. It could be that simple. 3, we know that some members of the community may experience interruption in earning, in how much money they make. The government is stepping in with expediting employment insurance approvals and benefits. However, we are also going to, inshallah, provide extra support for those needy families who receive zakat already through the Mانيتوبا Islamic Association, and also we will expedite the review and approval of new applications for assistance and aid. So if anybody is in need financially, we will do our best and dedicate resources to receive those requests and to approve them as quickly as possible. 4, mental health support will be available as before, and people can access it through the phone or virtual meeting technology, and we'll make that available, inshallah. 5, we understand that families will be looking for things to do with their children once schools are off for 3 weeks and potentially beyond. We are working on a virtual mosque program where interactive, beneficial content can be delivered to families and kids in the comforts of their home through the internet. Inshallah, a schedule of events and broadcasts will be announced in the coming days. We will also, number 6, we'll try to keep our community connected. One of the most difficult things about this is not the building, but the people. We come here to pray, to worship, but also to see each other, to check on each other, and this connectivity is going to be missing. And so we will try to stay, inshallah, connected as best as we can through online media with special programs. We'll have talks, lectures, reminders, and virtual khutbahs broadcast, inshallah, in the coming days and weeks. 7, we are working to set up our regular programs that focus on kids, such as Al-Fajr Quran program that runs daily and on the weekend, then Al-Nur School, the Arabic program. We're going to work to set those up on Zoom so the teachers can hold their classes with the children virtually, inshallah, and we will minimize interruption to those programs. While the buildings are closing, we are not closing MIA completely. We are working to schedule staff and tasks that this period, so that this period can be used to do repairs, to do cleaning, to fix things up, and get ready for whenever we are able to open again, hopefully soon, inshallah. 9, we'd like to just inform all our colleagues out there in other masjids, in other mosques, and other organizations that we are open to collaborating with all of them to address the needs of our own community and also the broader public and society, inshallah. 10, one challenge we are facing is that with these buildings closing, all revenue in the masjid is going to stop. The masjid, basically, the mosques depend on the community's generosity and donation. So we put our trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We've decided, nonetheless, that all regular MIA staff, the imams, the prayer leaders, the caretakers, the office manager, the facility manager, they will remain on the payroll and will not suffer an interruption in pay for as long as we are able to. However, we are at the end of our fundraising run, because usually we do our major fundraising in Ramadan. So we ask the community to remain generous, and as you've always been to the community, to the masjid, inshallah, and continue to support the masjid by donating online. Finally, we know that not everybody is going to agree with our decision to close. We ask that you accept that we come from a place of faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, love for Islam, the mosque, and the community. We also understand that other mosques may reach different conclusions and may choose to either modify a limit or limit their activities or operate as usual. We respect their leadership and their decision making, and we're committed to continue working with them for the best of the community. However, we feel that this is the best decision that we can make based on our judgment, our best judgment of the situation. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us all and guide us to what is best for us in this world and the hereafter. Allahumma ameen. قولوا قولي هذا استغفر الله لكم صلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. صلى الله السلامة لنا ولكم ولجميع المسلمين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.